Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first episode, the very unedited, the very unproduced episode of Whitewater, the Extra Mile. So, you may be asking yourself, couldn't they get a better actor? Or couldn't they get a better spokesperson? And the answer is no. I am that good at not being that good. No, we just don't have the funds to do it. So, this is me and you here together and having this conversation. And the reason why we wanted to create this was kind of a two-part thing. Number one, if we don't tell our story, no one else is going to do it for us, and that's part of the thing that we get to do is share our story with other people and hear other people's stories. And stories are so powerful. I've had a love for stories for the longest time because they are so impactful on people's lives. They can change minds. They can change directions. They can give us courage. They can give us. They can make us weep. They can, we relate to people through stories. When we found out that my mom has stage 4 cancer, I had such an outpouring of people, and even gifts, beautiful gifts that came into the office. And I felt something that I felt so overwhelmed. Stories are how we connect, and connection is what it's all about. And while we are a transportation company, we are that and so much more. We're a bunch of stories from a bunch of different people. And there's a lot of ways that we can connect, and that's what we want to do with people. If I could change the slogan, I would make it Whitewater Freight. We move more than freight. We move people, or something like that. But it just doesn't translate out that well. I mean, do you hear me on this? It really, it makes it sound like, yeah, you want a trip to the Bahamas? Yeah, we can arrange that for you. When my parents started the company 30 years ago in 1992, their goal was to give their people a safe place to work where they didn't have to worry about if their check was going to bounce or if the company was going to be bankrupt the following week. They came from a background where they worked at a company, and that's exactly what happened. And I love it because I've heard my mom say it over the years so many times. And she said, well, we figured we'd try it and we couldn't do any worse than that. And I love it. And they started the company, and they busted their ass off and to make something happen. I remember my mom actually slept in the office. I know exactly where she slept in the office. It would be winter time. We got to back then, we'd get like a lot of snow in Cincinnati area, and highways were shut down, and she'd end up staying at the office to make sure that she could, be there the next day to make sure things ran. My dad ran over-the-road truck driver for I don't know how many years. He's actually driven in every single state, including Alaska and Hawaii. He got the job. Checked that off his box a little while ago, and we got him a plaque for it. And but when they started the company, they wanted to have a safe place for everyone to work. And as I got involved with the company and helped grow with the company and everything like that, because I did. I grew up in our company. It's one of the reasons why our company is so special to me. I was 14 years old when they started the company, and I was a wreck. I was not a good kid. I was not I was a mess, and they had to put up a lot with me. And I am so thankful that they did, and that they were patient with me and kind and showed me unconditional love no matter what I put them through. They still had a place for me. And so I grew up with the company. I matured as the company matured. If it could be, it's honestly an extension of our family almost. And the people that work for us are an extension of our family. Because that's just the way we are here, and that's the way we operate. We're all kind of family. And with that, one of the biggest things for me in my life that portion of my life that really turned me around was stories. About 24, 25 years old, I started reading, and I started reading. I believe my first book was Codependent No More. And it's because I had a lot of issues with codependency. I had an alcoholic and abusive father when I was growing up, and it was bad. And let me clarify this, because I said my mom and my dad. Harry is my stepdad, but I call him my dad because he is my dad. Like he's the one that raised me. He's the one that's been there for me. He's the one that's taken care of me. My biological father, I just call him my father. But he was very alcoholic and abusive, and with that came a whole host of issues that I had growing up, that at 25 I learned that I didn't have to stay in those issues. I didn't have to stay there. I could learn, I could grow, I could change. And I thought that was an amazing thing. I mean, if you have an issue, you're not a tree. Just get up and move, change it. And so I started reading, and just going to different events, and going to just having different conversations with people, and going to different seminars, and things that I needed to learn and go through. And I love sharing that stuff, because that's how I learned about that stuff, was sharing stories. And so that's kind of part of our DNA. We share stories around here, just like I am doing now. And this is why we have a little bit of a partner with a video right now, because if I wrote you this email, oh my gosh, wow, you wouldn't even get a quarter of the way through this thing. I would have bored you to tears, which I'm probably boring you to tears right now, but that's not the point. The point is, we can't do this on email. So hey, we have a place that we can do this now. We have a place that we can connect, and we have a place that we can share stories. And so this is kind of in our DNA. Long time ago, I have degrees in marketing and management, and I've been through so many different sales seminars. And let me tell you what, I hate sales. I hate sales with a passion. It's not that let me rephrase this. I love sales. I hate the way some people portray sales. I hate the way some places teach sales, because I've heard these teachings, and what they are they're manipulative. It's a manipulative. Unedited. Come on, who else is going to do this? I've heard these tactics in which it's very manipulative, where it's, how do I put it? If I have to frame a conversation with you, I've heard this before, and this drives me nuts. The person who is asking the questions is the one who's in control of the conversation. And then they would often follow up, wouldn't you agree? Which just goes to show where they're trying to show, I'm asking you a question and you can see how I am controlling the conversation. The issue with this is trying to manipulate somebody else and to control the conversation. Rather than having a conversation, this is me controlling you to get the outcome that I want you to have. I don't think that's sales. I think that's manipulation and almost borderline on abusive. I actually love the marketing that we're in today, where you can see different products and they'll tell you stories through the products, not just what the product does, not try to berate you into buying the product, not telling you why so-and-so is this or so-and-so is that. They just either tell you about the experience or show you how the product's going to change your life in a different way. And then you have all these other really wild commercials and marketing ideas where it's like, we're just going to give you something zany. And so what we decided to do was we decided that we wanted to provide value. We wanted to provide value in what we do, which would mean that if that's in our DNA and we want to provide value, one of the things is we are not going to be manipulative in our sales tactics, because that's not providing value. That's not building relationships. And that's what we wanted to do, which is provide value and build relationships and provide where we want to be, where we're wanted. Be where we're wanted. Unedited. Come on. I mean, maybe episode 2, 3, 4, 5, if this does anything, we'll work on editing, okay? But what we wanted to do was just simply provide our information and entertain. Provide insights. Break up a boring day. Make somebody laugh. Make work fun for one email. So and trust me, this was difficult, because we had people coming in from other companies. It was just like, no, I know what to do. We're going to get on the phone and I'm going to objection handle, and I'm going to, make sure I'm not taking no for an answer, and I'm going to, do all these things. I'm like, no, being on the other end of that is a horrible, horrible, horrible experience. And it does not, I have never been sold on anything like that. It's not enjoyable, and I don't like it, and it gives me the ickies, No, not good. So I said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to find a way to provide value. I want you to share about yourself. I want you to share what's going on with yourself. I want you to share what inspires you. I want you to connect with people. And if you don't connect with somebody, that's okay. Because we're not going to do business with everybody. There's no way that we're going to do business with everybody. We just want to do business with the people that want to do business with us. And so that's why. That's our kind of big why. And that's where we're at today. And that's why there's a video here. Big fan of Simon Sinek. He's another one of the people, and read the book Start With Why. And I guess that's why we started with why today. So I hope you enjoy the video. What I would love, if you resonated with this video at all, if you'd leave some comments and questions. Because one of the things that we hope to do at some point in time, if this does anything, is have a question and answer sort of thing, and have a dialogue that we can have in this format. So I hope you enjoyed your time with me, and I certainly enjoyed my time with you. Thank you for being patient with the, again, very unedited, very... I was thinking about actually hanging like a sheet back here or something, so that we could do the background, the green screen or whatever. But I honestly, those drive me nuts, because I feel like somebody's hiding something on the other side. I'm like, wait, what's going on behind you? Because I don't know, like, why aren't you showing me what's going on? And like, okay, so this is it. This is my basement. I'm doing this at night because this is when I have the time to do this, and this is one of the things that I enjoy doing. So this is real, like, but maybe we'll get a little bit better. Like, we'll work on editing and things. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to talk to you soon. Do people say bye? Bye.